Cash Money AP.
What's happening? What's up? What's up? Hey, what's happening? Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm at my sister's house right now. I'm in my nephew's room. I needed to go somewhere where it was peace and quiet, so I came upstairs. And this video is a story time about how my dad died. Now, this is not, I'm usually like real hype and real energetic and stuff like that, but this is not a happy story. So I'm not like, that energetic right now. But yeah, I wanted to make this video about how my dad died because I know there's a lot of you out there who lost somebody and who have maybe just lost somebody and don't know how to deal with it. And maybe you're around people who you think don't understand. And listen, I get it. I really understand, because to lose a parent, it's so tough. It's like losing a piece of yourself, but not just a parent, anyone that you're really close to. It's really tough to just lose them. So here we go. My dad died when I was 14 years old. And it all started back like in 2005. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't live with my dad. My dad was incarcerated at that time, but he got out in 2006. And we ended up leaving Georgia and going back to PA in 2006. So I was like, bye, Mom. Moving with my pops, you feel me? Me and Mama was arguing a lot, so I wanted to live with my dad. Plus, he always thinks his daughters are angels, and I got away with a lot of stuff, so I'm living with my dad. So anyways, so I went to go live with my dad, and he was cool. Like, my dad has always been very strong, very healthy. He would go running every single day of my life. I don't remember a day that he didn't wake up in the morning and go running. Like, he would wake up, do like 200 push-ups. He would go running. We had a gym in the basement, like a whole gym in the basement. So my dad was very active and he was very healthy. So there was nothing wrong with him, for real. As time went by, he kind of started to get sick. And he's been sick, but he didn't tell nobody. See, my dad's, like, he was very independent, and he didn't want to ask nobody for nothing. And he didn't want no one feeling bad for him, so he didn't tell us what was going on, but he had already had cancer. He had cancer for years, but he didn't tell us. So, as time went by, I kind of, like, had a feeling something wasn't right. Like, he was still healthy and everything, going food shopping, doing everything a dad does. And just to remind you guys, a disclaimer, my dad was an older man, like way older. Way older. He was an older man, but he was very healthy, very strong. We did a lot of things, but as time went by, he started to get weaker. And I would see, like, he would try to get me to do stuff like take big responsibilities, and I'm just like, I'm like 6th and 7th grade, and like, you're having me do crazy stuff, and I didn't understand, and so he must have already knew that he was going to pass away soon. So like, he would have me go to the post office, sign papers and everything. Like, I'm signing his name, and I know it's illegal, but I was young, and my dad, he really didn't have the energy to move like that he used to, so he was asking me to do it. And I would be like, dang, like, why are you always on my back? Like, he would be so hard on me. He was so hard on me. Like, they want me to miss school, like, wanted me to be on top of everything, but he wasn't like that with my sister. So I'm like, why are you so hard on me? Like, what are you so hard on me for? And so the one day he had told me, like, I see something in you, and that's why I do that, because I know that you are going to be something someday. And I'm like, okay, wow, I get it. So I knew. I just haven't, listen, guys, one thing about God is he will give you a discernment. That means he'll give you a gut feeling about what's going on or what's about to happen. And I knew something was going to happen. So, hold on. Actually, wait 1 second. I wrote down on paper about what I want to talk about, because I don't want to be jambling and lose train of thought. So, hold on. Okay. Hold up. Like, nah. Let's see. Yeah, so my dad was starting to get, like, sick, and I didn't want to believe it. I didn't, but I knew it. Like, I would walk down. We lived in an apartment, and our apartment was real big. Like, we had this real long hallway. And I would walk down the hallway to go, like, to the bathroom or to the kitchen, and every time, like, his room was right there before you get to the dining room. So his room was right here on the right when you walk down the hallway. And I would look in his room, check, and just stare for a minute, like, is he breathing? I want to make sure he's still breathing. Like, I want to make sure he's still good. And even though, like, my dad, like, was healthy, I just knew something was coming. So I was checked up on him. Then there came a time where he wouldn't eat. He stopped eating. And I'm like, man, I'm like 13 at the time. This is before he passed away. So I didn't know what to do, y'all. I did not know, like I'm 13 years old. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was a little ratchet. I was running the streets, so I didn't know much about taking care of people. I just knew about being bad. Anyways, so, you know, I run the streets a lot. And so instead of me spending time with my dad, I would spend a lot of time with my friends, hanging out with my friends all the time, not taking that time to just be with my dad and bond with him like I'm supposed to. Like, yeah, me and my dad had a relationship. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm just saying, though, as you get older, especially a preteen, teenager, it's important to spend time with your parents, too. So I wasn't. I was spending time with my friends all the time. He would say stuff like, you know, you want to spend time with your dad, da-da-da, you know, and I just was always want to be with my friends. And that's kind of how it is when you're a kid. And I'm older now, and I kind of regret a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I learned from it, and I'm growing, so I treat my mom a lot better now than I used to. Anyways, like I said, I tried to feed him, he wouldn't eat. And my dad, we had this little store back where we're from, and this store had the bombest hoagies, like Italian hoagies, like the cool ones, the bombest. They were so good, and my dad never turned it down. Like, if I had a hoagie in the refrigerator, and I was going to save it for tomorrow, guess what? He was eating it because it was so, like, he would eat it. Like, he wouldn't even wait. He would just eat it. Like, that's how I know. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get my dad a sub because he's not eating, so maybe he'll eat the sub. And he stopped eating. He wouldn't eat that much. And I'm like, dang, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've never been in this situation before. But at the same time, I'm not going to lose train of thought, but my dad and my stepdad, they both died same year, 2 months apart. So I was already, like, my stepdad, like, he had lung cancer. So, like, I was 14 years old going through so much stuff. So anyways, it was like harder because I wasn't used to taking care of like someone who's like, sick or whatever. So I didn't understand. Like, I didn't know he had cancer. I just knew something wasn't right. So I was like why didn't he eat? And I kind of figured I was like, maybe it's cancer because people stop eating and stuff. They lose their appetite when they have cancer. Like, so he stopped eating. And so once he stopped eating, he stopped kind of like maneuvering. Like, he would be in his room all day long. Literally, he wouldn't even leave his room. If he had to go to the bathroom, he would go to the bathroom. He barely did anything. Like, me and my sister took care of stuff. But like I said before, we were in the streets a lot. So we was out running around. And we got to a point where my dad wasn't able to provide no more. And forgive me if I start to get emotional. It's sad. He wasn't able to provide like he used to provide. So I took initiative. I took the situation into my own hands, and I went out there to make money. I went out there to make money the way that I knew how. And I'm not going to tell y'all because I don't think it's appropriate on here. No, I was not selling my body, you know, none of that, nothing like that. I just was out there hustling, period. I did what I saw. I did what I knew. That's all I knew at the time. That's all I was around was hustling. So that's what I did. And I made some money because he wasn't making money to provide for us, and we had to eat. My sister's older than me, but she had to eat too, so I made sure she was cool. So that's what I did. I went out there and I hustled. And it broke my heart because I'm like, dang, like I'm like 13 years old, like out here hustling, trying to provide for my dad, trying to provide for my sister, and I don't even know what's going on with my dad. So like time is ticking, you know. So I'm like, oh. So then there comes to a point whenever I have older sisters and brothers, and they took the situation into their own hands, and they took my dad, and it broke my heart because, like I said, like me and my mom, you know, we used to argue a lot when I was younger. So like it hurt me to like not have my dad. I'm like, dang man, I ain't wanna. They took my dad, so I'm like, okay, it's cool, whatever. I'm just gonna keep trying to. One thing about me, no matter what I went through, I just keep trying to push on, and try to like be positive. So I just try to be positive, and my mom's a great mom, so you know she did everything she was supposed to do. So anyways, my siblings took him, and then there was a time where I seen him one time. I came home from school, and I was a cheerleader. I remember telling him I was on the cheerleading team and all that. And after that, I did not see my dad for 9 months. And after that 9 months, he died. I didn't see him for 9 months. Like, and that broke my heart because at the time, I'm like 14 years old, and I can't go see my dad. Like, if I could have, like, if I knew about, like, how to catch buses, like, through Pittsburgh and all that, I would have did that. But I didn't even know how. My mom had a car, and I would ask her all the time, and she wouldn't take me. And it broke my heart, so it's like, dang. What couldn't you do? Like, there's nothing I could do. I couldn't see my dad. So I would talk to him on the phone. And then he ended up passing away. So the day my dad died, it was sunny. Like, the sun was out. So I'm like, oh, it's a good day or whatever. And I was eating my favorite food, which is spaghetti. And my sister, she had came in the crib. And she started crying. And my mom was off rip, like, My sister, remind you, at the time my sister was 16, I was 14. So my mom was like, you better not be pregnant. What are you crying for? Why are you crying? I'm telling you, you better not be pregnant. So she's thinking my sister's pregnant, and no, she wasn't pregnant. Our dad died. So my mom keeps asking her, Ty, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And she's not answering. And then finally she answers, and she's like, Daddy died. Y'all, when I tell you, that broke my heart. Because I was like, dang, like, I didn't get enough time. Like, I didn't get to hug him like I wanted to hug him. I didn't get to talk to him like I wanted to talk to him. I didn't get to be around him like I wanted to be around him. And that's why it's good to value your family, value your friends, value your parents, because you don't know how much time you have, period. You don't know how much time you have with them. So, that day, when he died, man, so many emotions was going through my head. Like, I need to get myself together. Hold on. Forgive me. It's been a few years and I'm still crying. Anyway, so hold on. Forgive me, y'all. Anyway, so the emotions that was going through my head was like anger, resentment. I was so mad. I was sad. I was hurt. I was heartbroken, because if anyone knows, like, your dad's like your first love for females. Even if your dad's not in your life, it's still your first love. It's the first man that you'll ever know to be the man that was supposed to be in your life or who was in your life. And so, you know, I was so mad at my mom. I was belligerent. I was so hot. Because I'm like, I kept asking you to take me to go see my dad and you didn't. And so I'm blaming her, and it's not her fault. Like, it's not her fault. Like, my mom, obviously, there's reasons why she didn't want to go, or she's probably busy, or whatever the case may be. I was just mad because I'm like, dang, I didn't get enough time. And my whole point to y'all is this. You gotta value those who are, you have to value your parents. You have to honor your parents, y'all. I know, like, I've had arguments with my dad and my mom. Like, you're gonna have your ups and downs, but you have to respect them and you have to honor them. You do not know how much time you have with them. You can sit there, and there's a lot of y'all out there who's real disrespectful to your parents, and you talk back and you don't listen. Let me tell you something. You can say all you want, that you don't care if something happens to them, but once it happens, it's gonna break your heart. And what happens is, like, you hold guilt within yourself, like, dang, I should have did this and I should have done that, when you can do it now. If you have the time to do it now, if you have your parents in your life and you have people around you and your family and your siblings, cherish them and love them and treat them right, because you do not know how much time you got with people. You just don't. Like, and for any, I've lost so many people, y'all, so I completely get it. Like, I've lost siblings, I've lost friends, 2 dads, like my stepdad and my real dad. And then I have a whole nother story time from my stepdad died. It's a whole nother story, y'all. Like, it's just, I should make a part 2. I'll make a part 2 to this, because I'm going to tell you about when my stepdad died too. And I don't know, it's just like, it made me really appreciate life and people. And I really wish I would have had more time with my dad, but now it just makes me value time. So whenever I try to value my time with who I'm with, like my siblings, my nieces, my nephews, and I'm not close with everybody like I should be, like I want to be, but when I'm around them, I try my best to show love. I try my best to have fun. I try my best to let them know, like, you know, it's all love here, like, you know, it's all love here. So for those of you who just lost somebody, for those of you who've been lost somebody, it don't matter if it's been 20 years, like, it don't matter. When holidays come up, when certain things come up, when their birthday come up, when that month comes up that they passed away, it breaks your heart. Like, it's very painful and it's very hurtful. But I want you to know that you can keep going. You do not have to stop. You do not have to give up. You have to think about, what would they want for your life? Would they want you to be sitting here giving up and backtracking because you're sad about them? Or would they want you to put your shoes on, get up, and walk? You can't, this cannot be the end. This is not the end. I know it feels like the end. I know it feels like you might feel depressed and you don't want to hear what no one has to say, but this is not the end. And you cannot stop living because they did. They wouldn't want that for you. I actually became a lot, look, when my dad was alive, I was like a hot mess. I was bad. I was getting in trouble with the cops a lot. I did a lot of stuff I wasn't supposed to do, period. But when he passed away, I knew, it made me change. Like, I'm like, okay, I can't keep doing this. Like, first of all, my dad wouldn't want this for me. Second of all, he wanted me to be so much more. My dad was hard on me and my sister. He wanted us to be above and beyond. Like no exceptions, period. He was strict. Like, and I know for a fact that he will want me to be so much more. So I'm not going to be out here acting a fool. I'm going to try my best to get myself together. Like when someone passes away, it's really good to be around people who are supportive, people who are loving, and people who are understanding. It's really good because like whenever my dad passed away, I was around friends that was very supportive, very loving, and it helped me heal. It helped me heal because I'm like, wow, I got people around me that really care about me, you know? And so it's really important to have like comfort around you because in the Bible it says that God will give you comfort in them times when you're sad. So I think that's in Matthew 5. Check it out. He will comfort you in the times that you're sad. So God does give you that comfort. That doesn't mean that you're never going to be sad. It doesn't mean you're never going to be sad again or not like that. Like you'll have your times when you're down and all that, when you think about that person that you love. But at the same time, think about the good memories, the bad memories, but like laugh at the stuff that y'all used to argue about. Like, dang, like, well, I'm making a video. This is my nephew, y'all. Come back in like a couple minutes, alright?
What?
I'm making a video.
Why can
Get
I
out.
make a video?
It's a sad video. Get out. You can make one with me later. Go ahead. I love you. Go upstairs. Do not stand. Go. Yeah, call your grandson. Sorry, y'all. He just invaded in his own room. I had to kick him out of his own room. Anyways, like I was saying, oh my gosh. I think I lost my train of thought. Anyways, it's just a learning lesson and we can't give up. We can't. And even though the person's not around us, they're in our heart and they're with us and we are a part of them. And so they will want nothing but the best for us. So we can be sad and we can be hurt. That's okay. But we can't stay down. We got to get back up. We got to get back up. I apologize for any of y'all who lost somebody who's going through pain right now, who you feel like you just cannot go on, baby. You can. You can and you will. But just don't stay down. Just don't. Keep trying to do positive things. Oh, yes, I was saying before, like, have positive thoughts about them. Like, I think about the times where I used to get beat. My dad would beat me. I laugh about it now. Like, I was so, like, upset then, you know. But a lot of things I laugh about now. And I just try to keep his memory living on. And I just talk to people about my dad and tell stories because it makes me feel good. So do that. I'm telling you, it makes you feel good. Tell people about your mom and your dad and your friend and your boyfriend, whoever passed away, whoever, like, died, your siblings who died. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I understand what your pain is, but I understand how it feels to lose somebody. So I hope this helped y'all. I hope that you guys just keep on striving. I hope you guys keep on going. I hope you do not give up. And I hope you guys do not, like, allow this to make you, like, go into a hole and just stop living. Because you can't. And no matter how much it hurts, the train is always going to move on. Whether we sit at the bus stop or not. Or the train stop or whatever. No matter what. It's going to keep on going, and so do we. We have to keep on going. We don't have to forget, but we have to keep on going with our lives. So I hope this helped. God bless y'all. Keep your head up. Try to stay strong. Try to keep your head in a positive state. If you ain't around nobody positive, try to listen to, like, positive people on, like, the internet, or pray, read your Bible. It helps a lot. God will help a lot with that. Make sure y'all follow me on all my social medias, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on my Snapchat, on my Twitter, you know. You know, like it up. Make sure you like and subscribe, y'all. And listen, like I always say, this is going to be a great journey. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. You know you want to. Just do it. Come on. Let's do it. Let's be a family, you know. So, yeah, all of my social medias will be in the description below. Stay tuned, y'all. I got more coming for y'all. God bless y'all. Okay, y'all. So, disclaimer, I made this part to be silly because, you know, this was a sad story. So, I was just trying to, you know, cheer up a little bit, you know, have a little bit of fun. Enjoy. No booty, ayy. No booty, ayy. No booty. Say no. I just want to look at myself in the camera. Say, hey, what you doing? How you doing? Hey. Say, hey, what you doing? How you doing? Hey. Say, hey, 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 hey.